I'm considered as a superstitious person. I know it sounds weird, but I'm not really. It's not bad that I'm a superstitious person. You see, what I'm going to say will be brief. In fact, it'll be so brief that you won't know what I'm saying. Or I should hope you won't. Basically, it was a nice day. A very nice one. Nice clear skies. Oh, it was so good. And it turned so badly so quick. You see, when something initially happens, you don't know how to react. And, well, I didn't know how to react either. The first thing I thought of when I saw it was, that's impossible. Me being a superstitious person and all, well, I should know what's impossible or not. I saw something lying on my front steps. It looked like a package, but I hadn't been expecting anything. Not only that, but it was unmarked. So, I took the package inside and I figured out, basically, that someone must have sent this as a joke. But when I opened it up, something wasn't right. First of all, the package was empty and surprisingly heavy. I don't know how, but it was. No matter what you say, this is all true. I didn't know what to do with the package, so I just threw away the box. There was nothing in it, so it shouldn't matter. That's when things started getting weird. After I'd thrown away the box, I went back inside and, well, I felt like I was being watched. You know, an eerie feeling, not a good feeling. When attention's on you, you know. But it scared me for some reason. I turned around to see if maybe, you know, someone was in my house, but no one was, except me. So, I figured it was just paranoia. I'd always been a very paranoid person, as well as superstitious. So, it wasn't that odd. Later that night was when things really started to freak me out. I woke up like I normally would in the middle of the night. And when I woke up, I swore to God that I saw something in my peripheral vision. It looked like a moving shadow. I turned around and, well, looked where it should have been. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, and nothing was there suddenly, but I wish that's how it had been. But it wasn't like that. Unfortunately, when I looked there, I saw something. It was a figure. It was cloaked in shadow, and I don't exactly recall what it was. It looked humanoid, which is what terrified me the most. I couldn't speak. I was paralyzed by fear, and I don't get scared very often. Maybe it was because that I thought it was looking right at me. Or maybe it was because how close it was to my bed. I don't know. But anyways, I didn't know what to do. Eventually, I just pulled the covers over my head and I tried to forget about it. Thankfully, when A few minutes had passed by, what felt like an eternity. When I lifted up the covers, there was nothing there. The next morning, I was thinking about telling someone this, but I didn't have the nerves to. I just did what I normally did, and I relaxed when I got home. A few days after the incident, something happened. There was a report on the news about a strange figure going around. It was a figure cloaked in black, and ever since this figure had been going around, people had been disappearing. Now, as I told you in the beginning, I'm very superstitious, so I thought it might have something to do with the box. Maybe the box is a safe haven, because on the news they also said it could never be caught. I still had the box in the garbage, and I'm ashamed to admit that I actually had to sift through it to find it. When I did find it, I took it out, and as I was going to burn it, I saw a creature. The same creature I'd seen, except this time, I knew that it had to be real. I looked at it, and in the daylight, it didn't look as frightening, but it was still eerie. I lit a match, and I burned the box, but that didn't have any effect on the creature. I suddenly realized that somehow, some way, me opening the box had released that damn thing. I ran back inside as soon as I could and turned on the news. Unfortunately, what I'd suspected had come true. It said that all the people who had been missing had been found dead. Their bodies mutilated horribly. I had released that thing. I turned around as I heard a creaking noise, and I saw the thing, the creature. It was moving slowly down the hallway. I could have run, I could have moved, but I didn't. I just stood there and let it come towards me. It was my punishment, and with the last words that I ever heard, and the last things that I ever said were, "Thank you, I deserve this." Suddenly, I woke up. I was at the end of my hallway. I looked and I saw myself paralyzed in fear. I heard the same words that I'd said, and an uncontrollable urge